Hey guys, right here. Gonna come at you with some Shroud games and gonna go through each of the adversaries and choose kind of a moderate to higher difficulty level so you can kind of see Shroud's capabilities and also try to convince you that, oh yeah, Shroud is actually playable kind of at these higher levels, um, and give you kind of an understanding of what the spirit is good at and what to look for as you're playing them. They're very, very, very technical spirit in terms of fear, more so than a lot of other fear spirits, because you have to be paying attention to almost everything on top of your presence. Locations, movement, adjacencies. It's a lot. So let's start off with like something like Prussia 5. We're needing tempo and whatnot. So versus Prussia, because it's tempo, it's what's going to kind of determine what you do is what explores. This is actually very, very good for us because I can get the defend off on this. And if I draw a defend card next turn, it's really, really good. So I probably intend to kill the town here. I might let this wetland go. So kind of the standard opener I run for Shroud is the 1-2. This gives you tempo and starts you off on the right path to either go top or bottom track for the most part. There are some other weird plays that are kind of unconventional, but we shall see if we can get to them. A big part of Shroud is kind of knowing its powers and knowing how Mist, Shift, and Flow works. So whenever you target a land with a power, you can gather one of your presence to the target land or an adjacent land, and you can also use it for enabling you to meet range restriction and targeting requirements. So that's going to be a common thing. So I'll try to shout out when Mist, Shift, and Flow is being used. Standard thing, Fog and Flow. We're going to use Flowing on this land and target it with Mist, Shift, and Flow to move a presence outwards to an adjacent land and get the 2 fear. And we want to do that because invaders are present, then we get 2 fear there. Lowest balance, good stuff. Wetlands build. Jungle sands. This is the real trick, is dealing with some of this stuff. This is a 5-er. This is taken care of, so you have to kind of know what I'm looking for are where Dahan are situated, where can I push Dahan, and like what's going to be problematic. So this is going to be a little bit problematic. This can be unnerving palled in the following turn. This is going to take care of itself because of the Dahan. It's going to kill the town or town and explore, and then I can push one in there. So yeah, I like where this is situated for that. To do fog closes in there. In case something happens, I'm actually going to target this land to move my presence out with Mist, Shift, and Flow. No, so to use fog closes in, I use Mist, Shift, and Flow to target this land and meet targeting requirements. So that's where, even though it's range 0, I can gather a presence in due to the special rule to meet the targeting requirements of the range 0 to use the power there. We check that there's 2 adjacencies, so I do 2 damage, split between all the different invaders. So that's going to be there. I'm going to push this to Han out First, though, to let me redo this so it'll be less confusing. So what I want to do is actually get the extra Dahan in here. So how I can achieve this is by doing Mist Shift and Flow to an adjacent land when I'm targeting this land to use Lost in the Swirling Haze to push a Dahan. So I will be pushing that. Then I target the Fog Closes In with 2 adjacent to move this presence here, and then it will push the Dahan out. So that is set up for the following turn. Now I'm going to go into here to do 1 damage to this bad boy with Suffocating Shroud using Mists, Shift and Flow. And that'll complete all our actions for the turn, and we get 2 Fear. 4, Slow and Silent Death. So when time passes for the things that are damaged, we gain some Fear. It's a big value on that. I need cards for future turns more than anything right now. But because of the way that I'm playing this turn, I'm actually gonna go for energy because I think things will be pretty well taken care of. To stash up. So I want to play 2 presents there because I want to defend this for 3 to be able to kill the city and the explorer. When I do that, I'm going to move a presence into here. Although I can place one in there. I can get a card. I can move a presence. And then when I activate it, I can move this in for 3. So I can get that 3rd one in there even if I get a card, which was my main concern. So I'm actually going to swap this up to get a card to try to unlock bottom track next turn. And try to pull some saving grace here. This is pretty huge. All these cards are amazing for us. And I'm going to take Encompassing Ward to just deal with Prussia's multi-land abuse. And do the best that I can here. So that'll be set for next turn, and I get another energy. But I have to pay the 1. Years of Little Rain. This hurts big time. Because I don't want to forget any of my starting cards. But Proliferation is so overpowered that I'm going to forget Fog Closes In to get the 4 water to pay for Years of Little Rain here. And things have -1 health until the end of the turn. So that kills this jungle and actually prevents a build. And this is now at 1 essentially. So this is actually going to kill both of these. And I get to add a presence. So here I can get the 2nd energy next turn, or I can start rushing to 4 plays, but I don't have many cards, so I'm going to gain another card next turn, and then try to see what I can leverage for an off turn to be, I might be able to gain a card again for the 3 after the G2. So because my defend was only on use when that power is used, it's not going to be defend 4, so I'm just going to get my sacred site up there to try to get some more adjacencies abound. Defend extra and each beast deals 2 damage. Each player adds a strife to a town. Invaders have -1 health for strife to a minimum of 1. I can just add it there to actually just save a blight this turn. It's not enough to fend here, so that's okay. We'll draw another card next turn to see what we get. So Wetlands Ravage. Sands and Jungles build. Explore Wetlands with escalation. I'm going to throw them in the land with Beasts just because. Good measure. Nothing at the end of the turn, so nothing from Slow and Silent Death. I'm going to get a minor. So I'm going to probably hit something with Dissolve unless I get a defend. I did get a defend, but I also got Disorienting Landscapes. I think the defend is more worth it. And we're going to have to let this go next turn, because I can't dissolve it this turn. So I'm just going to place it here. I'm going to use my Move of Presence to move into there, and then I'm going to play these two, because I really don't want to blight at the moment. So what I can do is use Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark, and then combine that with Mist, Shift, and Flow to do a defend 4 here, and also move my Presence. This turn now, everything defends 2 where my Presence is, so that's 6, that's 2, that's 2. Unfortunately, couldn't move any to Han. Fortunately, I get this, and I got the extra energy, I believe. Oh, I didn't time passes. So I had 1 from last turn. I gained 2, and then I should gain 1 from Gather Power from the Cool and Dark. And then I'll pay 2 for this turn, since this card does not have fire. New event. And I added the 1 fear for Favorites on Starlight Dark. Oh, that's really not good. Hopefully Fear card saves me here. I can push this town. That's good next turn. So I'm not gonna be able to defend that in the way that I want to, so I'm gonna let that go. And then in every land with towns and cities, 1 damage per Dahan for raiding or retaliation. So that's gonna get me 1 fear. And this is gonna get me 1 fear. And then defend applies normally. Let's go. Strife in a land not matching the Ravage card. Ooh, that kind of hurts. I really didn't want that to happen. But I do get that. Nothing for Slow and Silent Death. Oh, I forgot Explore and Build Mountains. Explore Mountains, and then Town to a land without 1. From Prussia Escalation. I'm gonna have to reclaim here, Don't love it, but we will be able to go majors soon. Very, very good card. 3, 4, 5, 6 is enough. Looks like we're doing it. Thing is, this is a little bit greedy. I really want to start dealing some damage to stuff. And I forgot Fog, which is my best card. Probably should have forgot Dissolve. So I think I'm going to go Blighted here. And I get the 1 damage. Can move that in. I have 4, so I'll do this for 3 for just the extra precaution. That's good. Beast Event destroys that. Tonto Coastal Amaton. Very, very good. 2/4, but it'll die anyway during time passes. So I put this in a land with Tahan, that's great, because I can just remove that. Oh, it's only Explore. Alright. That's fine. This just dies. Actually, is it mandatory? It is mandatory. Oh, that sucks. 4, we'll kill that. We'll go Blighted. 2 Fear. 1 of the presence and loses an energy. Sucks. Mountains build, not too bad. Explore Coastal. Actually, very, very good. I'm gonna do that to spread out. I'm gonna move this guy in to start dissolving this. And then I'm going to tick 1 damage onto that. To get 2. Fear from Slow and Silent Death. I use Mist, Shift, and Flow to get the Dissolve presence in there to be able to dissolve. And then as I push a Dahan from here, I also use Mist, Shift, and Flow to get a presence into here. I'm setting up for the future turn of Encompassing Ward on the coastal. So this turn's pretty easy, it's just a scaling turn to get some energy back. And getting to 3 card plays will probably be... the 4 in the Reclaim will be pretty good. So I have to kind of go into here. If I want to defend that for 4. And because we're Blighted Island, I am going to play Flowing in Silent Form Start by. So I'm using Favor of the Starlit Dark up here, placing my presence there. And I'm going to place just another presence in here to get another Central Sacred Site. And I'm going to use Flowing in Silent Forms here for a little bit of flexibility on movement. And in case bad events come up. Oops, have to pay 1. And then I get to push it to Han next turn. Yeah. draft your card, or event card, Rising Interest. Always want to pay this. I will forget Unnerving Paul to pay the cost, since it returns this to the box, and that further boosts our win con. Beast to a jungle without blight. 1 fear if invaders are present. We love that fear. Wilds to a land with Dahan. I don't want to see mountains come up again, since that's kind of covered for 2. So I don't really want to see any of these come up again. So it can't be wetlands, it can't be mountains there, but that does have a beast. So this would be very bad. This is the least bad since it has 2 Dahan and these both have beasts now. So let's do that. Remove an explorer town from a land with beast disease or 2 Dahan. Love to see it. Each player may push 3 explorers or towns from an inland land. I'm going to try to get everything into here since I kept Dissolve. Okay, Mountains Ravage. Coastals Build. Sands Mountains. Alright, pretty good. This is taking care of itself again. I can get another thing into there to use Encompassing. I need to start chipping away at this bad boy, and pretty good. Because this ability's push up to 1, I'm just going to move a presence over here for that and be done. But I don't want to push the Dawn. And we get 2 from Slow and Silent Death. Mist, Shift, and Flow is what allowed us to move into there to use that. So I'm gonna be done. We got some extra safety netting this turn. Oh, there's one. That is not because it's from there. Now we can't use Mist, and Flow with Encompassing because it doesn't have a range requirement and it's a target, a player. You can only do it on land targeting powers. Gonna get 2. I want the Reclaim 1 always to spam Flowing and Silent forms, and we don't need to play Dissolving Vapors right now. So this gets us a breakthrough. And I'm just going to put these here. This one's going to be, I'm actually just going to put them on here because it's kind of the central land that I can do many adjacency things with. And I'm going to do this. So I'm going to give this, oh, Sands Mountains didn't get action fence, that's good. I'm going to bolster this. Oops. That's 8 actually. And then I'm also going to just pull in one of these. And when I do that, since it's an adjacent land, I'm going to defend 2 everywhere. And then I'm going to do Flowing and Silent Forms that are by here in case I need to destroy presence for bad events. So, where it matters. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Double counting it, they're even, so nothing happens. Wolves combined invaders into Han. Add a disease and 2 damage to the Han. 3, 2, 4, 4. This saves this land for the rest of the game, so I'm going to do that. Each spirit with 2 gains 1 energy. Sweet. Budget defense. So this is going to die. This is going to... I'm setting up for big fear gains and endgame right now, so I'm actually going to leave these alive. So as this does 2 damage, I'm going to do that and let them be to farm the fear and the slow. So then Sands and Mountains build. We need Big D here, which is fine. We can do that again next turn. And then we explore Mountain Wetland. I'm gonna push a Dahan. I'm not gonna push Dahan actually. I'm okay with where everything is right now. Since I prepped, I'm gonna reclaim. And we can gain a major here, but I don't have anything to forget. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is good enough here. We could always improve our score with the Jungle Sands Blight removal, or just Town Destruction, or Twilight Fog. Twilight Fog and Natures are very, very good. I have Defense 6 and I have to play it this turn. So I'm good on defense, so that gives me capabilities to run with my innate. In the following turn, time passes, and I forgot to mark stuff. So time passes would have gotten me 3 fear, and then it would have gotten me an energy. Then we're going to set up and do encompassing ward, so everything is defend. All presence grants. The land has defend 2 as long as it has my presence. Then I'm going to defend this for 6 more. Because 2 mountains. I'm going to do flowing and silent forms here to prevent my presence from dying from poor events, and then I have dissolve in the slow. Here we go. So because we are blighted, we must add 4 more lands with towns. There are spirits made to prevent this by destroying 3 presence. I'm going to destroy my 3 presence. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Disease to the coastal land with the most towns and cities. In that land, 3 damage to the Han. So I'm going to prevent the city build here. And get that guy out. Push one of their presence from my land with the Han. So I'm going to push this back in. And reduce both of those so that dies to dissolve. Cards. Strife in a different land with invaders. Each invader takes 1 damage per strife it has. I just kill the city now, I guess. Oh, we could get extra fear off this. So if I do it here, then this takes 1 damage. Oh, it's Terror 3. Each invader with Strife deals damage to other invaders in that land. Ah. Probably just spam Fear Victory. Because it's, oh, it's only max 5. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that there. And 1 Explorer. Or we could do 2 damage and get rid of the city. That's kind of okay. Because that's 2 fear instead of the 1. Remove explore town from an inland land. There he goes. So Sands and Mountains Ravage. Oh, he's strifed, so let's get rid of that guy. Get 1 fear. Oh yeah, he loses strife, so let's get rid of him. Mountain wetland build. Explore mountain jungle. Easy peasy. Dissolve is going to be 1 fear, and then it's just going to dissolve this land. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a fear victory. And if it wasn't, we'd get 4 more. That was a pretty nice game of Shroud against Prussia there. It's GG.